Well, it's that time to call out Spectrum News New York 1. First of all, why is my mic even loud tonight? Didn't mean to do that. Okay, that's a lot better. That is a lot better. We're going to do this on the fly. So, again, time to call them out because they're just showing their true colors as usual. And, what else is new with them? Okay, seriously. I'm wondering what's going on with my mic tonight. You're gonna have to bear with me. I do apologize, so let's just keep it at one. But yeah, look what they have on the homepage tonight. Yeah, they're talking about the debate for governor, the Democrats' primary. Are they gonna host the Republicans? That's a good question because we know CBS 2 is hosting them. But believe me, I don't even want to talk about the election because, I'll be giving my thoughts later this month. I'm glad that they are talking about the staffing shortages. We may have to do a separate video on that tomorrow. Because thankfully Channel 1 does have that organized, and I will give them credit on that, and we'll give them fair play here. But look, why am I doing this video tonight? No video on what happened with the delivery man who was killed in Queens back in April. It's a very big deal. They finally made an arrest. An arrest was finally made. Alright? So we're actually going to watch something from a legitimate news website in just a bit. So we're about to watch a video from Pix11. And I'm going to mute my mic so you can at least see the video. Because again, you want to watch legitimate news stories? These days, lately, I've just been seeing myself either watching 4, 11, or 7 these days. I mean, Channel 2, I will give them credit. They do a good job a lot of the times. But, I like the staff more at Channel 11 a lot. So, without further ado, let's watch the video.
He went from a customer who was never satisfied to accused killer. Glenn Hurst said nothing, being transported from a precinct in Forest Hills to face a judge. This is what Zhu Wanyan's widow has been looking for. She may not speak much English, but she read a statement in Mandarin about how she feels. She says she feels relieved now that her husband's accused killer is off the streets. 45-year-old Yan was a beloved employee at Great Wall Restaurant in Forest Hills. He delivered food. But on the night of April 30th, Yan went out on a delivery and never came back. Surveillance images show Yan on his scooter after he dropped off an order. Police say he was shot and killed minutes later.
It's very sad.
Since then, the owner of the restaurant shut his business down while the entire community mourned Yan's death. He's now back open and tells us he will never forget the customer who put fear in the hearts of his employees. The owner says at one point, Hirsch pointed a gun at him.
They want to kill my employee. I don't know how to say.
Hirsch has a history of harassing employees at the restaurant, arguing over everything, food, the service, and duck sauce, even allegedly vandalizing the owner's car. Police arrested the 51-year-old at his Queens home Wednesday night without incident. Pix11 News has learned Hirsch has an extensive criminal record, arrested at least 10 times before, including for assault, robbery, and rape.
So again, that was a very good story by Pix11. I mean, they didn't show the reporter, but you get the idea. I mean, Channel 1 doesn't even have the audacity to, give a video. I mean, I don't want to have to wait till the 10 p.m. newscast tonight. No! I want a video from the afternoon! But it seems again, Channel 1, you either have to pay to watch their TV service, or, sorry, you're just going to have to deal with the website. You don't really matter as a viewer, so we just really do not care. Okay, so I want to read the press statement that was sent out by the Queens DA's office, Melinda Katz, so we're going to read this right now. Today, Thursday, June 2nd, 2022, Queens District Attorney Melinda Counts announced today in her Forest Hills office that Glenn Hirsch, 51 years old, has been criminally indicted by a Queens County grand jury on murder, stalking, and other charges in the death of a 45-year-old Chinese restaurant worker. The victim was gunned down on a scooter just months after chopping off an order in Forest Hills back on April 30th. In a quote, Melinda Katz today said, "As alleged, a petty dispute over a takeout order became an obsessive point of contention for the defendant, who began to stalk and harass employees at the restaurant for months. The tragic end result was the murder of a hard-working employee who left behind a devastated family and a grieving community." And of course, this is my community. All right, I'm in the 16th state Senate district now. I mean, this impacts me a lot. Gun violence is never the answer and will not be tolerated in our county. Following a thorough investigation by the Queens DA's office and the NYPD, the defendant has been apprehended and will now face justice in Queens Criminal Court in Kew Gardens. So there is more details. Mr. Hirsch of 141st Street in Briarwood was indicted yesterday on Wednesday, June 1st, at which time an indictment arrest warrant was issued at the request of the Queens DA's office. He was arraigned today, June 2nd, before Queens Supreme Court Justice Kenneth Holder. All right, excellent, good. I like Judge Holder. Good, good. 10-count indictment. The 50-year-old defendant is charged with murder in the second degree, criminal possession of a weapon in the second degree, criminal mischief, menacing, and stalking. Judge Holder ordered the defendant to return to court this Tuesday, June 2nd. Mr. Hirsch will face up to 29 to 44 years to life in prison if convicted. Oh boy. And look at this. I mean, Pix11's right. This guy has harassed the restaurant numerous times before. Look at this. This dates back to 2021. 9:30 p.m. on November 30th, the defendant placed an order for Chinese food at the Great Wall Chinese restaurant on Queens Boulevard. Hirsch asked for extra duck sauce packets, which he was given. The defendant became irate, nonetheless, and argued with workers at the eatery. The defendant then insisted he get a refund because he wanted to return the food, but the worker refused to take the order back, and then Hirsch then called 911. Okay, it says here that the police arrived and the worker explained that due to the COVID, the restaurant cannot accept food back. Yeah, that makes sense. The defendant stormed out the restaurant, and in the months that followed, so, I mean, come on. This guy had nothing better to do. I mean, okay, I was a little irate yesterday at McDonald's because I couldn't get the French fries after I ordered the cheeseburger. But thankfully, I remembered what the old manager told me. Because none of the staff don't want to tell me where the old manager went. I wish he was still around, because then that's a whole different story. But, ugh, look at this. I mean, I don't even want to read any more of this. I mean, this is just so disgusting. Alright? I mean, this man, you know, Sin Wen Yan, that was his name, yeah. I mean, this guy was just trying to make a living for his wife as well, alright? For his whole family. Okay? A blue-collar worker. Okay? I mean, threatening to kill people? I mean, that's extreme right there. I mean, this is just disgusting. I don't even want to read this anymore. You know, I'm just disgusted. Okay. I mean, what else is there to say right now? I mean, I am just, again, beyond shocked. I mean, this did make a lot of headlines back in May. Like, Channel 1 even did a good job covering it, but I guess not. I really guess not at this point. And again, I'm this is what goes on in New York City. You know, I mean, look at this guy. Look at this guy. He deserves to spend the rest of his life in prison. Okay? So let's get to the other news that Channel 1 is not going to talk about. Let's get to this. Where was Channel 1 on this? Alright? I literally was notified by the Citizen app about this. And then Laura Uhl also wrote a story about it. Okay, here we go. It says here that a St. Albans motorcyclist was killed when his bike crashed into a brick wall in Fresh Meadows on June 1st. Officers responded to a call at Utopia Parkway. So they're not even going to go into the specifics because I know it was Jewel Avenue. Here we go. So it says here that the man was laying on the roadway unconscious and unresponsive. EMS rushed the victim to Booth Memorial Medical Center in Flushing where he was pronounced dead. The police were later able to identify the victim as 28-year-old Thomas Hardy. So, this is interesting. So it says crashed into a brick wall. I mean, that's alarming. Yeah, here they go. Here we go. Now it does mention Jewel Avenue. Okay. Highway District Collision Squad determined that Mr. Hardy was riding a 2021 Honda CRV 650R motorcycle at a high rate of speed when he failed to properly navigate the roadway in the vicinity of Jewel Avenue. Mr. Hardy struck a brick wall facing the home that surrounds the intersection by Utopia Parkway. Mr. Hardy was then thrown off his motorcycle and then came to rest in the yard. There were no other vehicles involved in the collision. Now, I will mention this happened right around 1 o'clock in the morning. And I will say the police were able to keep this pretty quiet. I mean, if this happened during the middle of the day, I probably would have heard the siren because, nobody's really out on the road at 1 o'clock in the morning. So, okay, let's go to Google Maps and we're going to see this intersection right now because this is a very dangerous intersection because a lot of the drivers, they're so used to Utopia Parkway being straight all the way up to Bayside, for an example. But, again, that's what happens when you have the need for speed, So I'll show you where it happened. Go on Google Street View. Pull it up. So this is where it happened, somewhere around here. And I'm thinking he probably had to collide somewhere around here. Had to have been. Well, I'm thinking, where he probably collided? Brick wall. No, I don't think any of the houses have brick walls on this turn here at Utopia. No, because this is 69th Avenue. No, I don't think there's any brick wall over here. So he probably was going fast here. Let me show you. So he was probably going pretty fast down here. And I'm thinking, let me draw with this. So I'm thinking he was probably going this way. And he probably smacked into the wall right here. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, you're going what? 60, 70 miles per hour on a road that really doesn't have that much traffic at 1 o'clock in the morning. I mean, obviously, again, Channel 1 completely ignored us. Again, as usual. And, what else is new? E-bike rider struck and killed by a bus in Laurelden. We already know about that. Oh, look at this! I think we covered this as... Did we cover this? No, I don't think we covered this. No. Yeah, look at that. A bank robbery in Sunnyside. We didn't cover this. No. I thought I covered it in another video. No. think I did, if I'm correct. Yeah, I think we did. Oh, yeah, I think Laura Uhl covered this. Yeah. So we actually have a suspect description finally. Look at that. Okay, so Laura Uhl did cover this. Okay, so there was a note that was sent out on Saturday morning, May 28th. So yeah, we did cover this. Yeah. So the bank note, according to the local police 108 precinct, said, end quote, "This is a bank robbery. I have a gun. No alarm or I will shoot. No die pack or I will shoot. Give me $100 bills and $50 bills. I have nothing to lose." Again, this was a quote from the 108 precinct that was sent to the New York Post. The bank teller complied at the Capital One Bank located at 40-20 Queens Boulevard in Sunnyside and passed the suspect approximately $1,120 in cash. So, no injuries were reported. That's the good news. But again, this is what goes on in New York because of bail reform. No surprise here. The suspect is described as 45 and 55 years old with a light complexion and is approximately 6 feet tall and 220 pounds. So here we go. Alright, I mean, you literally cannot make this stuff up. Alright, this is going on in Queens. Alright? This is what we have to deal with. But no one cares about us here. No one cares. Okay, so I want to go to the, yeah, here's something in Jamaica. So I only have the patience to read two more. Yeah, so let's read the one in Jamaica first. Because if this is 103rd Precinct, let me confirm. Yeah, this is 103rd Precinct, so we'll read this. Two suspects approached a 2021 Camry 143-12 Lakewood Avenue in Jamaica at 5 a.m. on Saturday, May 28th. So the suspects demanded that this driver of the Toyota get out of the car, according to the 103rd. The 38-year-old man refused. One of the suspects allegedly jumped out a handgun and forced the victim out of the vehicle. The two alleged carjackers jumped in the Camry and drove off. The NYPD released surveillance images of the two suspects who appeared to be in their late teens or early 20s. One wore a black baseball cap and a dark jacket, and the other suspect wore a black hooded sweatshirt. So, I mean, here you go. Another story the Channel 1 ignored in Queens. Okay, so let's see what happened here in Long Island City. Here we go. A melee involving a hockey stick on Tuesday night. Oh, man, I'm telling you, can New York get any crazier these days now? 23rd Street, Ellie Avenue Station. Okay, that's interesting. This is an epic fail. This is actually Court Square 23rd Street. Maybe this is the old name, but this is Court Square 23rd Street. So here we go. A 54-year-old man saw the suspect punching another man and attempted to intervene. The alleged assailant proceeded to headbutt the victim and grab the hockey stick he had in his possession, and proceeded to smash the victim over the back of his neck before fleeing the station on foot in an unknown direction. The victim sustained non-life-threatening injuries and was treated at Mount Sinai Hospital in Astoria. The NYPD is looking for a suspect who was described as approximately 30 years old with a light complexion, medium build, and a bald head. Gray polo shirt, tan trousers, black and white sneakers, and a gray backpack. So there you go. I mean, what else is new with this TV station? So, lastly, we're going to get to this story, and Channel 1 also ignored this one, and this is the last one we're going to read from A of New York, and I found this out from 1010 Wins a couple days ago. So, let's read this. So, it says that an Asian man was attacked. So, it claims that, okay, so basically there are claims being made that the Asian man attacked in the video was accused of sexually assaulting a woman at the Fulton Street subway station back on May 27th? I think that's... Yeah, here we go. May 27th. So I believe that was last Friday. Okay. Thank goodness for my phone, because it has a good calendar on here. So this happened on the AC platform. And I'm just telling you now. I mean, what else is new with this crime going on? But basically, these people who were trying to make a citizen's arrest, a supposed citizen's arrest, look what happened. And I'm sorry that I have to show you this, but the media is not going to show you it. I'm going to show you it. We are sick and tired of censorship. This has to stop. Where's the part where he kicked him? I'm sorry, but that's not how you make a citizen's arrest. I mean, trust me, if I had saw that, I would have at least tackled this guy if I could. Because I'm 200 pounds, and trust me, I could tackle this guy pretty easily. So... Ugh. I mean, obviously, I didn't want... Why would I want to beat up someone? That's felony assault right there. So... keep that in mind. And, you know, again, I do agree with Grace Smink. I mean, felony assault is not acceptable. Even if you're making a citizen's arrest... I mean, there's the right way to do it. This was the wrong way to do it. You know, that's the bottom line. I mean, you literally cannot make this stuff up. And, you know, if I had saw this happening, I would have been like, hey, what's going on here? And trust me, I would have said, well, guys, if you keep beating this guy up, the cops are going to find out what happened, and you guys are going to be taken away for felony assault. I would have tried intervening. Right? I would have warned them. Like, I know the law a little bit. Trust me. See what happened here. Watch. I mean, this is so obvious that this is a felony assault. Now, can this be investigated for a hate crime? I believe it should. I mean... And look at this. Thank goodness Lee Selden did issue a statement. Look what he said. New York's Asian American community is under attack. Raw violent hate, using hands, knives, hammers, and more are causing serious bodily harm on others and even death. We need to bring back the police, of course. I do agree with that. Alvin Bragg, the Manhattan DA, needs to go. Cashless bail reform laws need to go. I'm in agreement on that. So, I mean, these guys should honestly be arrested for felony assault. I mean, again, I know they were trying to do the right thing. And, you know, the bottom line is, again, you don't do a citizen's arrest like that. That's the bottom line. So this was reported on, May 31st. So maybe I should look for the In the Paper segment that happened the other day. Let's see, In the Papers. Right, so this probably got posted on, I'm going to fast forward through In the Papers. Let's see. So this is Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday. Okay, so we'll see if it was in the papers on what day of the week was it. Let me mute the desktop audio, because you guys don't want to hear that. But we'll just look for fun. And then we're going to call out Rochelle Boone. Oh, do I have a lot to say about her.
Time to look at some what's in the papers on this Tuesday morning. A heaven on earth becomes 7 on earth on the back page of the...
Focused on something not
Wrapped it all up,
important. Pat Kiernan's Canadian, right?
Found in just about...
No surprise that he is excited about hockey.
Nicole Ogburn appeared on NBC's Today to discuss what she...
Because again, this was...
He went up to the Mona Lisa.
Yeah, let's see. Anything in the Daily News on Tuesday?
Reports to Europe.
Oh, let's fast forward to the Wall Street Journal. You know what? I'm not even going to play the rest of this video from Tuesday. Okay, Rochelle Boone. Let's watch you brag for the end of this video today.
It's certainly a busy month. Besides Pride, it is Caribbean American Heritage Month, National DJ Month, Adopt a Cat Month. It is also Black Music Month. Cheryl Wills is here with a preview of a story she's airing tonight. It's so good to see you.
It's good to see you, Rochelle.
Oh, no. Let's just forget about everybody in Queens right now. Let's just put them off. Let's just ignore them. Let's just ignore Queens County as we normally have. We're Channel 1. Yay. I'm so sick of this TV station. I'm done talking. Alright. Okay. We have a New York Yankees pitcher right now, as I'm recording this video. 6 outs away from a perfect game right now. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put Yes Network on while I upload this video, and I'm going to watch that. Alright? I'm done talking about this TV station for tonight. And if you think that's bad, wait until what's coming out tomorrow. Because we are going to talk about the new Grand Central Madison schedules. That's happening tomorrow. We're going to talk about that tomorrow night. Alright? And we're going to talk about delays on mass transit due to staffing shortages. I'm going to read what Channel 1 said about that. That's tomorrow. So I've lost my patience for tonight. And anybody wants to criticize me for losing my patience, go ahead. I know you're watching, Andy. I know you're watching, Kenneth. Go ahead. Dislike the video. I really don't care at this point. I'm doing what's right for Queens County right now. I don't care what you guys think. I am not staying silent about what's going on in Queens. Somebody has to speak up. And I will not keep my mouth shut. You are not going to force me to Delaware while I fight. So that's it.